Hi Tony, great to meet you this morning at the Wilderness Club. Just want to recap on some short game bits we worked on today. So the swing on the left is your first swing, and I was just asking you to chip about 8 yards. I think this was with your pitching wedge here. So just run through some bits and I'll just run through your action first, and then we'll have a chat through it. So see as you go back, all looks fine. Come through. Okay, so if we just go back to the beginning, a couple of things we needed to change straight away was your alignment. Your alignment was a long way open. It looks like someone's told you need to aim left with your feet, but you were aiming sort of 40% left, opposed to sort of outlining like it 5 degrees left, so a tiny bit open. Second thing is you can see here how tilted your spine angle is here. So what that means is that your centre of gravity, the top part of your jumper here, is actually almost behind the ball. So you're actually behind the ball, and it looks like you're trying to sort of scoop the ball up in the air. Ball position for me is too far back in the stance. Okay, the best thing about this is your hand position. The hands are ahead of the ball, so that's a really good positive. But because your centre of gravity is behind it, so it's that way, you'll look as when we make a backswing, the backswing looks fine, but because you're so far behind it, you're going to try and sort of lift it. Now keep an eye on your wrists for me here. You're going to notice that they really sort of try and scoop the ball up in the air. So we can see here your arm is all broken, and it looks like you're trying to lift the ball up in the air. Very different movement to what we worked on. So if we just run quickly to the swing on the right now, you can see we've stuck this like alignment stick in your shaft here. Not a very good line, sorry. But you can see this orange bit here and this orange bit up here. And all that's to do, Tony, is to try and keep your hands ahead of the ball. So back to the swing on the left, we can see here that the club head is definitely in front of your hands here for me. Okay, where this stick is going to stop you to do that. So first things first, let's look at setup. Setup, feet are much more together, a little bit narrower. Your top half is nowhere near as tilted. Okay, so a lot better angles there. You look like you've got a lot more weight on that front foot, where this swing over here on the left, it's definitely on that side. So very different setup. Narrow feet, hardly open at all, top half in front of the ball. Really important, great setup. Then we just run through the action. It's a push away with the shoulders. And as you come through here, if you keep an eye on that, look at that. The hands are back ahead of the club head. And if we keep that, how good is that? So looking at that position there, really, really stable, really good. Coming through, great position. If we look at the swing back on the left, that same position there, we can see the club head has quite clearly passed your hands here for me. So really easy. Use that stick, bit of bamboo cane at home. That was the technique. And then your philosophy of where to land the ball. I gave you the idea of trying to always land the ball 4 foot on the green. And then thinking about what club will propel the ball the right distance to the flag. So if we had a flag here, for instance, and we're chipping here, and I ask you to land it maybe here, you've got to think what could land on this spot and there, and then sort of feed to the hole. So if the flag's cut close, it's going to be something more lofting. The flag's like 30 foot away, it's going to be more like a 7-iron or something like that, so you can land it just on. And the idea is to keep the backswing always sort of the same, roughly the same length, and use the club to propel the ball the right distance rather than having to swing it further and further. Keep the same technique, Tony, all the way around the greens, and that'll make a massive difference to get that handicap down for me. See you soon.